Hey guys, happy fall. I know I'm a little bit late, but I just wanted to share my breakfast routine during the fall colder months. I'm going to start off by making my coffee. I love Don Francisco Hawaiian blend or Don Francisco vanilla nut or either French vanilla, I can't remember, some vanilla flavor. The way I do it is I actually make 4 cups of coffee and I have hot coffee the first morning, and then the second morning when the coffee's cooled down, I make iced coffee. So this coffee was obviously from yesterday's morning, but it doesn't taste like second day old coffee. I actually really like it. It tastes really good, especially when you have ice and then you add either half and half or heavy cream. I like getting heavy cream or half and half from Trader Joe's because they don't add random preservatives or additives in the ingredients. And I know it's shocking, but they do that. So I love just iced coffee with half and half or heavy cream. It's really delicious. I also love this steel cut oatmeal from Trader Joe's. It's quick. It's an 8 minute quick oats. And it's funny because as a kid, I always thought oatmeal was such a gross, like boring breakfast. I remember my dad would always make it, and he'd always say, "Do you want hot cereal in the morning?" And I was always like, "No, it's disgusting. It's boring." They wouldn't add anything to it. But now that I'm older, I have learned how to like really doctor it up and make it tasty. So I'm just going to start off by bringing 3/4 cup of water to a boil. Now, the difference between a boil and a simmer. A boil is like a really vigorous bubbles, and I think I'll show a clip of here. So just make sure that you really have your water boiled and there's just a lot of bubbles. And then I actually double it. So I double my recipe so that I have breakfast for that morning and the next morning, just so that if I'm off to work early and I'm running out the door, I don't have to worry about making breakfast. I can just throw it in the microwave and heat it up, add a little milk to it or cream to it, and it tastes really good. It tastes perfect, even though it's like a second day old oatmeal. I'm totally good with leftovers. So you just bring that water to a boil, and then once it's boiling, I add my 1/4 cup of the quick oats to the mixture or to my water, and I reduce the heat to a low simmer, and I just let it simmer uncovered for 5 to 7 minutes. So as you can tell, it's like really hot right now, so I'm trying to lower down the temperature. But a simmer is just kind of a light, gentle bubble around. So you can see here, I also like to add bananas in it. And you can see that the simmering really helps thicken the oatmeal. So there's still water on the side of the pot, so that's not ready to me. It still needs to thicken up a little bit more, but you see how there's just kind of a light bubbles. So that's going to thicken that up. And I just have that continue stirring it so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pot. And I just keep making sure that it's the right consistency that you like. You want it to be a little thicker. I think it's really, really important too to add salt to your oatmeal. I think a lot of people think they just need to add more sugar, but actually really the key to it is to add salt. Salt brings out a lot of flavor in the oatmeal. So I let it just stand for a minute once it's simmered for 5 to 7 minutes, and it's done. So it really is like an 8 minute oatmeal. It's super quick and easy. I do put a tiny bit of sugar in it, but I measure it out just to 1 spoonful, and I don't go over that. I just do 1 spoonful of organic maple syrup, and I remember talking to my registered dietitian teacher in school, and she was saying if you're gonna use a sugar, she suggested to use maple syrup over honey, so just keep that in mind. I also like to get some kind of nuts from Trader Joe's, and I do the uncandied. It's just straight pecans or walnuts. I don't no added sugar, and I typically do either berries or raspberries, and it's a really great breakfast. And then I pack over the rest for the next morning. And like I said, you guys can really doctor it up with berries or fruit or nuts, walnuts. Let me know how you guys like this recipe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thanks for tuning in.